Attention, please. The
Yeah,
show
everybody. A little bit of
starts
sound
in
overlay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
All right, not sure what happened there. Bit of a technical hiccup. That's the first time that's ever happened with the intro, which is hilarious. Hey, it's always have a bit of fun during the holiday period, isn't it? So there we go. So we're going to talk about the stock market today. We're going to get into crypto, see where that's at the moment. Obviously, we're in this holiday period, so get all sorts of demure things happening. Let's say we got the new all-time high for Pulse. Some large account just wants to keep selling. At the bottom, I guess there's always those kind of accounts pushing us to new all-time lows. So we're going to check that out and have a look at some commentary from Crypto Solve. It should be pretty interesting. And what else? We're going to get into, obviously, the PulseChain markets. We've got the Monster Thread number 34, the hottest weekly news from PulseChain. So we're going to be going through that today. So big shout out to MVS Crypto. He's the editor-in-chief of that and, of course, the promotional lead for the Crypto Night Show. We're going to get into TRU2X. It is absolutely flying. So if you're wondering, PulseChain might be going down, but TRU2X is going up and away. So we're going to talk about that. A big shout out to the team there. And of course, we're going to look at some of its first investment moves. It's basically like an institutional buy now, isn't it? And it's buying up EMIT at the moment, so that's pretty impressive. Also, it looks like Gelato getting some love in there as well. So we're going to talk about all that later on. So just stay tuned. That is the talk of the town. The talk of the town. Now we are waiting for new launches to come up with. What's the new launches? We're waiting for Coin Mafia. No real news around that today, but we're waiting for that. Tetra was supposed to launch before New Year's Eve, or it looks like we may be delayed for that too. So presumably that might move into the beginning of January. And then, of course, Signum Oracle following that. So those kind of some of the headlines that we've been waiting for and tracking and following. What is anything else that I forgot there? Mafia might launch soon. I saw Mafia, Jacob from Mafia just jumped in just now, just before the live stream. Jacob from Mafia, the developer, arguably the world's best peer-to-peer developer, just jumped into TRU2X. So TRU2X is turning eyes, folks, turning eyes. People having a look at that. And so, that's pretty impressive. What else? So is anything else that we've got coming up? Oh, yeah. We got Vault 369 from Fast Abdul, waiting for that. These all look like they're moving into January now. Because obviously we only got like 2 days or 2.5 days or so to go, depending where you are in the world. So that's all the stuff happening. So Pulse is super cheap. So if you wanted to pick up a lot of Pulse right now, it is the lowest ever, and you're just getting so much there. I remember looking back a few weeks ago, I saw one odd post. One community member posted out there, said, he thought that Pulse was going to get down to, was it 401? And I thought, it could definitely do it. I mean, it was definitely plausible, but it was definitely the outlier expectation. And look, we're being pushed down there now towards that direction. So we'll see whether we actually make it or not. Still trying to hold on above 1400 right now. But we're going to check out the Pulse chart later on. All right, we've got a few people in the house there. We got Rolf Kane in the house here, whatever he says. We got reposted there from Lepo. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I don't fully understand the language except for post transmission. Some repost. We got Eddie in house. 2026 will be Super Bowl. Woo! Yeah, absolutely, Eddie. We are lined up for that. And of course, NJ in house as well. I'm keeping receipts, bruh. I'm keeping receipts. Bruh. It's like a valley moving from California. All right, so let's get into it without further ado. Let's check out the stock market, see how that got on overnight. Now, Trump's been in the lead up to the New Year's Eve. He's been having some big meetings. I mean, yesterday he had the meeting with the Ukraine president, and it looked like they're getting closer to a peace deal. I mean, it could be within 3 or 4 weeks based on some of the indications there. They still have a couple of issues to iron out. But it is getting closer, which should be good because we want that silly war. It's a pointless war to end. And I mean, all wars are pointless, but some of them are perhaps arguably necessary because of evil, for example. But certainly a pointless war, that one. And so that's looking good. We also saw today, just before the live stream, I think it was Netanyahu from Israel looks like they're progressing, trying to get peace deal there with the Gaza and of course other agents around the place. So we'll see. And of course, Hamas, they're trying to reorganize, rearm during they're supposed to disarm. Remember that? So waiting for all that to play out. So more world peace. That's all generally where we want to head to, so that we can enjoy the golden age of America with peace, and that's what we want to look at. If the Democrats had been in power, we'd had bloody wars everywhere. We would have had mass murders on a scale unbelievable in the United States and elsewhere. So we're heading in the right direction. That's all I can say. What else? Matthew says, at what price PulseChain do people throw the towel in? Says Matthew. Well, I think we're quite a far away from that, Matthew. But be interested to see people's comments in the chat there. But yeah, we're quite a long way away from that. All right, let's see. We've got the investment stock market. Let's do it. We've got Check My Pulse in the house there. Good evening, Superman. Hey, great to see you. Check My Pulse. Hey, look, we're coming up, counting down to New Year's Eve. It's already the 30th of 30th December here, midday in New Zealand. The sun is shining after our little storm that we had over the last 2 days. The power went off just before I went to live stream about half an hour ago. So there must have been some residual stuff there. Check My Pulse says blood on the streets, time to DCA. Yeah, DCAing around this level is fantastic. I think can't do too wrong. Now, even if it does go down, it does go down to 401. DCA. All right, you lower those averages, right, and then the rebound can be glorious. All right, so let's jump into the stock market and check out the latest update there. I think I'm just clicking on the article here. So we've got S&P 500 closes lower as technology takes a breather into year end. Technology largely by the AI boom, but there is a lot of stuff happening in energy. Remember, even if you're battling for AI, superiority, China, Taiwan, America, Europe, Asia, where it might be, you've also got energy to take into account. You've also got to win the energy race as well, because it takes a lot of power, right? Typically a lot of those things, and so you need a lot of cheap power. So there is a power boom going on. Particularly, we're seeing major inroads and successes with fusion. So new technology there. There's a couple of projects around the world that have made some inroads there, and of course, fusion there is the power of the sun. I guess like solar panels, but with some plasma. Solar panels with some plasma. So yeah, we're looking forward to those developments, and that's going to be pretty interesting in the competition. Now, obviously, creating even micro nuclear power, so fission power is obviously something that's been expanded as well in the moment with the AI. Being able to put little micro power units next to your big AI super hubs, that's kind of been the game plan, right, to make it really cheap. And so that's been a big part there. So a lot of things happening in the technology space. It's pretty exciting times in terms of that. All right, so we've got Dow Jones at the moment down 0.5% though today for Monday's results. Down 250 points to 48,461, so just off the highs. If we have a look at the chart there, we can see the Dow Jones just coming off the highs there. S&P 500 is down a 30%, 24 points to 6,900. Now, will we finish the year over 7,000? Because that's kind of where a lot of the targets were, like Tom Lee was 7 to 7,300, somewhere in that ballpark, if I remember rightly. So we're just below that at the moment. NASDAQ is down 0.5%, 118 points to 23,474 on the old NASDAQ. So we're just off the highs there too. I'm expecting these indexes to really hyper rally over the next 2 years under the Trump's golden age of America. It just seems inevitable that's going to be doing some huge numbers because we're expecting unbelievable numbers in GDP. We just came off that 4.5% on GDP. We're expecting, 4-5% plus in GDP at the peak. So we could even get 6%. This is a dramatic thing when you consider the size of the US economy, around $27-28 trillion in national income when you start growing at those rates, right? So very, very cool. Meanwhile, China's struggling. China really struggling to break even if 1%, right? So there's some big things there, and also got a lot of debt issues and stuff like that. So we'll keep a lookout for that. It's going to be a big deal. US dollar at the moment at 97.7, so it has depreciated quite a bit. Remember, it was 108, I should say, or 109 when Trump got into power. Let's go to the commodities, which all the action's been, right? All the action. Well, West Texas oil is $57.80. That's flat today. Brent oil, $61.25. Those come down a long way, over $20 since Trump came into power. And then we got gold, which has been having an absolute dream run. It's come off the top at the moment. If we go to the monthly chart, you can see the top there was topped out at 4,570 or so. So we're down about $220 on the top. So definitely got pulled back quite dramatically there. Silver also had an incredible run. Look at that. All happened this week too. So we'll just put the weekly chart there. Look at that, man. Silver went all the way to $82 and has pulled back to $71 there. So same thing happened, but what a run. And we talked about this for some time, about 18 months or so, that this was going to be happening, and it's happened. And we're still expecting it to go up. There is a lot of supply, storage and things like that, technology, of course. This does have a negative impact on technology, of course, because we're expecting technology boom, and silver is a key component going into a lot of technology, military, civil solutions. And so, yeah, it'd be interesting. But we are seeing quite a bit of supply being, secured and getting a lot of mines and things like that. Not so many around. So going to have a bit of supply shortage. That being said, of course, the market will move around quite a bit. So as it's going to move higher, it's going to have all that volatility. We're expecting the top of the silver move to potentially $125. We're at 71 right now. So if you're holding a bag of silver, congratulations. And I've seen some videos of people at silver stores, big giant queues. Look like they're on Black Friday or something sale. And so, yeah, it's pretty funny human behavior, of course, when money's involved there. All right, so that's some of the key stuff there. So yeah, we're going to be watching the video and all the AI stuff, continue. The stock market did have a bit of a Santa rally, and of course, we're waiting for crypto to have its rally as well. So fingers crossed on that. Who else? We got some more people in the house. What else here? Let's have a look here. We got MJ in the house there. Business ISM is at 52 or above. Interest rates are closer to zero. The total 3 altcoin market goes parabolic while PulseChain does nothing. I would call it. Says it does nothing. I would call it. Says NJ. There we go. That's your call there. Yeah, we're expecting that ISM to rally hard next year, and that should be game on for the altcoin season. Now you need capital to come in, right? Need capital to come in, so that's the big key there. Good comments there from NJ. That's not going to happen though, says NJ. There we go. What's up, people? What's up? Good to see MGU in the house. Big welcome. And Hex still rules, said MGU. Well, I think Brazology doesn't he talk? He's an OG. He talks about Hex and PulseX, doesn't he? And I would concur with that around that. Hex does seem to be the easiest to pump, even though it's down quite hard. But it seems like a pretty good DCA for that. Hexavator says he's reposted the stream. Big shout out. Appreciate that. And we're going to give you a clap today for that, Hexavator. And that, of course, is shared with the other people reposting the stream. So if you haven't reposted the stream, that really does help a lot. I forgot to post the link in there today. But if you're on X, just smash the repost button if you're on X. What else have we got there? Check my pulse says nice gold and silver highs. First gold, then Bitcoin hard a year. So there's a couple of things around, obviously, the ISM. So the ISM, of course, altcoin season. Also, the other one is rotation out of commodities, right? So that's the other theory that's out there. Gold and Bitcoin move. First gold and Bitcoin move, and then, of course, altcoin season as well. So gold, silver, Bitcoin, and then, of course, altcoin season. That's kind of the idea. We got Mikey says, hey, like and share. Definitely like and share. Sean O'Malley in the house. Hey, Sean, hope you're doing well. Morning all to you as well. NJ says, yeah, some capital like $500 million would be nice. Yeah, who do you know has got $500 million, NJ? Hey, look, we saw in Richard's video, Christmas video. Was it Christmas? Yeah, Christmas video. $10,000 seemed to be something he liked. Was that in the previous video in May? I think it was May, wasn't the other video? Yeah, so $10,000 in there was the key number there that Richard talked about, and that seems not bad to me. All right, so that is pretty much it around the stock market. Let's move away from that, and let's see anything else we got there. Kyle says, yes, please, pump Hex. Pump it now. Well, it's got the probably less sell pressure and more lower volume, and therefore lower liquidity, and therefore easier to pump, I think, is the argument there. Well, let's move into crypto and look at that. We're not going to pull in the charts today, I think, at the moment for crypto, but we might pull in the return, because I've been kind of tracking that. We might pull in the charts, but we'll pull in the returns. I say that and then I want to pull the chart up. That's hilarious. All right, no, we don't need to do that. All right, let's have a look at the old crypto majors. These should start to pump into 26. Now, we are expecting really, because everyone's on holiday pretty much to about the 7th and 10th of January, so we're not expecting too much action until then, but unless a market maker just comes in and decides while everyone's on holiday to start doing something. That could happen. There's little trixies. All right, so let's get on. Let's move on before I ramble about that. We got 3.04 trillion right now, so super small market cap is the old crypto. Down 0.7%. We got pretty bullish words toward the end of the year from Michael Saylor, Tom Lee, Raoul Paul, right? So all bullish, all the bulls. And they've been talking to lots of people, and those people lead governments and everything else, lead institutions, and they're all coming. So we're feeling pretty confident about the year, 2 years ahead. Got a couple of little challenges: Supreme Court around tariffs, interest rates cycle, still, even though that's probably a given, and also the midterms, right, and government shutdown. I guess those are the ones that we're keeping an eye on, right, that will cause some volatility. What else? Let's see here. We got Bitcoin at the moment, $87,234, down 0.5%. Ethereum down 0.1%, $2,940. Number 4 is BNB, down 0.7%, $852. XRP, number 5, down 0.7%, $1.85. Solana down 0.6% at $123. Number 8 is Tron, that is down 0.3% at 28.4 cents. Finally, top 10 Doge, down 0.4% at 12.3 cents. So those are our top 10. The best performer is Ethereum, only down 0.1%. So that's Ethereum there winning a day. Best performer over the last week has been Solana. No, Tron, only down 0.2% on Tron there at the moment. So those are our top 10 performers. Top 100, let's go to that. Top 100 is Canton there. I think that was number 1 yesterday too, wasn't it? Up 41%. Zcash number 2 up 26%. Rain up 12.4%. And I like how the little emoji's got a little rain. That's kind of cool. TunChain for Telegram, 9.3% up. And then World Liberty Financial, or as they say on PulseChain, World Liberty Fries, is it? That's up 7.5%. So those are our top 5 at the moment out of the top 100. We got top gainers in the top 1,000. We got Jojo World, Zero Base, and Eliza OS. They're trending, the top gainers, I should say, in the top 1,000. Jojo World, they're up 764%, it says. I'll quickly look at that since it's up so big. It's been around since the 19th September, so a few months, but somehow it just got pumped out of nowhere. And that is up huge. So that's Jojo World. That's on the BSC chain. And I don't know, Jojo World is a decentralized AI-driven platform dedicated to transform the way AI companies access and leverage high-quality spatial 3D data. Okay, I like 3D, so I've got to look at the website. Jojo World. Mirror reality, ideal life. But someone's gone and pumped it. So maybe there's some news out there, some institutional investment. I don't know, but it's just got absolutely hammered. Presuming that is accurate, right? Presuming that the chart's accurate. I have to say that again because sometimes you get tripped out. Upload data, buy data. Okay, that's it. That's all it shows. But 3D world, guys. All right. So who would have thought? Who would have thought that would be worth 215 mil? Apparently, people are like 30 mil actually on the market, but that's got pumped. So who knows? All right, assuming that is real. All right, so maybe check their X scan or something and see what's going on. Trending overall, we got Eliza OS, Bitcoin, and XRP are trending overall. So that is it, folks. Just a slight down day today at the moment on the old Monday, following the stock market being down slightly as well. All right, that leads us into the Bitcoin returns at the moment. Bitcoin overall for December is down 3.34%. We've got about 3 days to go, 2-3 days, depending on basically on US time. And let's have a look at the Ethereum by comparison. well, we're pretty similar to last year, aren't we? Because last year we were down 2.85, but the year before we were up 12% on Bitcoin. So we'll see how we go. ETH at the moment, so look, ETH's going. ETH is down 1.8%. Last year we were down almost 10%. Previous year up 11%. So four red months for ETH, BTC, 3 red months for BTC. So after the 10th of January, let's get some green months for January, February, and March. Let's go all the way: April, May, June, July. But we do have a few little volatile aspects there. But we are waiting for the old banana part of the curve, right? The old altcoin season. All right, so that's pretty much it for the Bitcoin majors. Check my pulse says all coins are down, but who can get up the hardest? JMO, I'm not betting against RH. At some point, top 5 crypto, says check my pulse. There we go. All right. Yeah, well, no, it's diamond hands might take a couple of years more longer than people expected. That's probably the idea. And so there's less people around after all that, right? Less people. Hey, look, the lower the price goes, is it the easier to get the 10,000X all-time low? That's the other angle, right? We know that one, right? We know that one. All right, so let's go to GoPulse and let's check out the results for PulseChain. So PulseChain launched on the 30th of May, 2023. We're now 962 days later. So 962 days later, it is basically a full system state copy of Ethereum on the 10th of May, 2023. So it has all the same contracts to the most point. Some of them were not quite working without operational oracles and things like that, but essentially everything got copied over, and for the most part, most of it worked. Right. So at the moment, we got day 962, so we're heading towards 1,000 days. That's such a cool milestone, 1,000 days. Pulse at the moment is quadruple 0138, down 7.3%. So we've been hit again and again and again because we've got another large wallet selling down, and that triggers other wallets and probably limit orders and things like that. We're at quadruple 0138. That is down 7.3%. 14% of the mean sacrifice price. Pretty crazy. Now I have the average price at 2,100, and we're at 1,380. So the whale price at 4,100. I think one's pretty versed with that. But the average I have at 24. We're even well below that now. Well below, less than half, isn't it? Something like that, or close to half. PulseX at the moment, quadruple 0114, down 6.6%. We are at 11.4% of the mean average. I have the average price for PulseX much higher. I can't remember off the top of my head what that was. Was it 3,200? I've said it before, something like that. I have to go back and recalculate. But we got the buy and burn at 8.34%. So buy and burn ticking up there. It does seem to move around a bit on this page, but it's moving up there a little bit. So the buy and burn, 8.34% based on GoPulse numbers. PulseChain stats site has slightly different numbers. It's a news data site. So I don't know what the differences are, as I say, sometimes from now and then. So what will one pulse at the moment will get you 1.21 PulseX. One pulse will get you. So the ratio is now, if we invert that, is at 0.83 pulse. 0.83 pulse for one PulseX. So that's how much it will get you. So that's not too bad. We have been over the 1-to-1 briefly, didn't we? We got over the 1-to-1 briefly for PulseX being the strongest, slightly stronger, but it has been climbing as we see Pulse falling there. So wonderful object. Now, when the price falls, obviously it's bad for portfolio values, bad for sentiment, bad for total network value, but it's actually a buyer's dream. And a DCA win there. The amount of volume you get is so dramatic, especially now. Remember, if we think that mean sacrifice price was 0001, and here we are at 4 zeros 1380, then the volume's huge, right? So what's that, 9x times or something like that. So Inc token at the moment, 59 cents, down 4.8%, and we've got Hex at the moment is at 2400ths of a penny, down 7.4%. That's Hex on PulseChain. EHEX is sitting at 0.0083. Imagine the amount of EHEX you can get right now. Crazy. Dipcatcher did mention he's doing FlexNet, isn't he? FlexNet, which is an Ethereum solution for Hex, so Hex on Ethereum, and he's held, I think, the launch off for that until next year, so January, because just where the market's at right at the moment. So that was probably a wise decision there. So combined price of EHEX and PX is at 32 hundredths of a penny, so nice and super cheap here. This is going back to the OG days. So if you want OG prices, you got them. You got them. You wanted OG prices, you got them. All right, there we are. Enough silliness. All right. All right, so that's kind of where we are right now. And so, yeah, it is what it is. So there we go. Let's jump over to the gas prices. We've got 247,000 beats, 1/10 of a penny for a PulseChain swap. Pretty normal business there. Validators, 51,940. That's down just slightly from yesterday. I think we're at 960 or something. And the bridge value there, bridge is at 76.5 million. So we're down quite a bit there. And let's pull up my snapshot from the other day. It was about 9 days ago, was it? So I got a snapshot from the 19th. Here we are on the 30th. So that is 11 days. And we're at 77.4. We're at 76.5. So actually, we're not too bad compared over the last 9 days, but we are down over the last couple of days. We're at 77. So we're down, what's that, 1 point? Well, let's say that's half. It's at 1 point. No, it's not that much, is it? It's about 800 grand. 800 grand, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. Now, obviously, talking about the lower PulseChain, right? How low will PulseChain get? Well, we've still got plenty of capital. Still, thank goodness for that. We got 6,000 ETH. We got the 16.25 million DAI, 16 million USDC, and 4.9 million US dollars. So we got still enough to play around with. And based on CryptoSolve's numbers, we had a lot of this capital sitting idle. So I need to go through that breakdown again, as I said yesterday. But that's kind of where we are. We do have a new stable coins coming. So that should help a little bit. We've got USDL, PXDC, HexDC, and Inkprinter. Those are the 4 liquidity forks, DeFi and stablecoin. We've got Coast, obviously, but we haven't really seen any shift in the Coast volume. It's been stuck at around 11 million. But we do have Vault launching. That's going to be multi-chain, multi-collateral liquidity fork. And hopefully that gives us pretty good performance. Maybe potentially around the USDL level, maybe 3.7 million or more. Maybe it surprises, at least across chain, it might be much more, but that'd be pretty cool. They're going to have multiple tokens as collateral, so it opens up a lot more scalability. So fingers crossed. That's we're excited where that's heading, and big shout out to Fast Abdul for taking that initiative and innovating in that space. All right, so that's kind of cool. And of course, we're waiting for PUSD algo, right? We pretty excited about that. That's obviously waiting for the Oracle. It has a couple of prerequisites, right? So you can't launch without the prerequisites. And of course, you need they're waiting for the Signum Oracle because they have a lot of tokens for that, right? Signum Oracle. And also, arguably, they would be waiting for an uplift in the Ethereum price. They haven't really talked much about that, but presumably, if we get a rally in that, we start rallying past 5K, we get a rally maybe up to 7K, somewhere in there, maybe could be very attractive. They haven't talked about that part. Maybe they're changing tokenomics a little bit too, so that may not be as big an issue as before. So really the Signum Oracle, and what was the other thing I was going to say? Signum Oracle. Yeah, they're going to give us an updated roadmap about that. So there's 2 pretty heavyweight stablecoins. That's going to be an algorithmic stablecoin, at least a big hybrid towards that algorithmic stablecoin. A hybrid between, say, these over collateralizations, right? Because they're going to build on the back of arguably USDL or something like that, based on the last tokenomics. But they have made some changes, so we don't know what those are. So we'll look forward to that in the new updated roadmap once Signum launches. So that could be a booster there. So you can create capital within the system. And so you need, if you create capital within the system and also bring in new capital through new protocols, people out there wheeling, dealing. Richard Hart, of course, you bring all those different forms of capital. Racco Michelle, arguably, depending on his client network, we could see some pretty cool new capital coming that way too. So kind of cool. All right, so that's kind of some of where the new capital might come from. And obviously the low-hanging fruit is a lot of people from Ethereum and Solana and things like that. And we got Liberty Swap trying to connect all those up, along with Ramp now and what's the other one? Hyperlane. Yeah. All right, so that is kind of where we are there. Let's look at the PulseChain chart. For this one, we're going to go full screen. I'm going to go full screen on this one, the old PulseChain chart. So this is all the dramas happening. And just while we're on live stream, we're going to even lower prices, and it's not my fault. I'm not the one doing it. Not the one doing it. But just while we're on live stream, this chart is going even lower. So has it got 401,000 on its back? It kind of looks like that at the moment. I think the whale's still got plenty of stuff to sell. Now, let's see. We've got some more comments. Check my pulse says, were you early on BTC ETH? This is what early feels like. Ain't going nowhere, says check my pulse. And we got Hex Vader says, no pain and no gain. He's there, and he's in tears. He's in tears. All right, so there we go. Let's have a look at this chart. This is live, and we're looking at Pulse, Rat Pulse here on PulseChain. We're at 4 zeros, 1359, guys. We are making record history here while we're on live stream. Is that a good thing? I don't know. That's the hourly chart, by the way. That's the hourly chart. And let's have a look at let's get out of here, actually. And we've got the RSI is oversold on the hourly, of course. But let's go to the trader views 4 hours. We're oversold here down at 25. Are we going to get a bit of a reprieve? It will depend on whether the whales stop selling again. And let's go to the day here. We're down at 31. Not quite oversold yet. So we could still have a little bit more pain here. The weekly, so look at the weekly at the moment. Weekly is also almost oversold, 31, 38. We have seen rebounds from this area. Last time we had a rebound was March this year. It's a long time ago in crypto land, but we did rally all the way to 62. And when we did do that, we got what? I guess we'll take it from this low. When we did do that, we got all the way up. We did a 200. Let's just round it, 250%, so a 3.5x. So it is a 3.5x waiting in the wings for those that are DCAing right now. That's the question, right? So is that going to happen? Obviously, if we look out even longer, we've been in this downtrend since at least the 4th of March 2024. So we're talking a long time now. And so, yeah, we are down dramatically from that last local high, not the opening of the chain, but we're down 93.27% over 665 days. What's 665 days amongst friends? Now, what's the purple box? You guys know purple box is the SEC. They were hanging over our heads. We had a rally out of that, right? And that was quite nice. The rally was quite nice. The world was feeling optimistic. We got up to 160%, 2.6x in 50 days. And then, of course, we've had some whales and some bad market news, etc., all mix in, and down we went. There we go. We've seen quite a few weekends, and we're down about 76% from the SEC rally over 133 days or so. So there we go. That is the mark there, but we are getting almost oversold. Let's see if we can bounce around here. I'm not saying it's right here where we are, but pretty close. See if we can bounce there and do a nice little couple X's and rebound. So DCAing for the win. Remember, you make your money buying the bottom and selling tops. That's the play there. And sometimes this is what you'd call, I guess, a massive swing trade. But there we go. Mean sacrifice price is this yellow line. It's all the way up here. It's a long way to go. And to get back there is how much? Let's see. Get back up there is around about 650%. So a 7.5x to get back there, the mean sacrifice price there. So you're picking up a lot of, if you we're buying back here, let's say you're buying back here in March 24. Well, now look how much more volume you're getting at the moment on this, a huge amount there. So yeah, 1360. That is the pulse chart right now on the weekly. Now we're going to have a look at the hourly again, and we're going to zoom out of this, and we're going to have a look at the culprits. The culprits are selling down. Now I have got this filtered for 2.5K. Get rid of the little stuff, and it is. We got wallet selling. We got F5, 88F. They're selling out stuff, and loads of these guys are emptying their bags. So this one's still got 1 billion, but they're all emptying their bags here. A lot of these guys, so they jumped on the bag wagon there. But the guy that kicked it off again was the same guy from yesterday. Or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday or the day before. And that is, let's scroll down here. Was this wallet here, 1A8. So we're at 1463. Then this wallet comes in and starts selling some more. So let's zoom in on this wallet. Let's pick on this wallet just by itself. And we can see that it has been selling over the last 4.5 days. And this is just showing the one pair. So if they're routing through, there's a lot more volume than this, right? But this is the one going through this pair. And you can see they've been selling quite a bit. They sold 3 lots there 4.5 days ago. Then yesterday they sold another 3 lots, and then today they've sold another 3 lots. So they've been selling quite a bit. So it says they've been selling 14.1 here based on this, 14.1 billion. Now we've got CryptoSolve. CryptoSolve is our analytical influencer. Frank Fry says, "What the heck? Yeesh!" Yeah, some good words there. Well, we've got CryptoSolve says back for more a few hours ago. Let's talk about the seller that we're looking at right now, and it's wallet B1A8. Looks like they're quite comfortable to force new lows as they exit, and of course, talking about them selling 117k of PulseX and Pulse and dump, and they're going into die, right? So there we go, lots into die. And that was his commentary the other day. So just when you think Pulse is finding a nice bottom, someone goes and ruin it. That's right. So just when people thought that we were going to get another bottom, at least hoping for one, that's probably the where we're at these days, is we're down, another seller comes in and sends us down. Is that the Band-Aid ripped off? You guys decide. But yeah, this person here said, you realize if you are Richard, the cost basis was 0, so selling the bottom is still a pure upside trade. And CryptoSolve says, not Richard, thanks for playing though. So there we go. Obviously, you're going to get those sort of questions in play. So that is where we are with that, and where we're at 13.52 at the moment. So new all-time low, but the all-time low overall is a 13.45. So just below where we are right now, 13.45 is the new low. So 4 zeros, 13.45. Market cap is down to 120.7 mil, and liquidity is at 2.2 mil right now in the main pair. All right, so that's kind of that. Let's go a quick look at PulseX while we're here. And actually, I was going to go and have a look. So before we did that, I was going to go and have a look at that account, wasn't I? Where to find that again? Actually, I've lost all my folders. They've still got stuff left, as far as I know, quite a bit left. So let's see where that all lands. All right, so let's go to the tax loss harvesting. Yeah, we might be getting a bit of that there, Dragon. That could be definitely in play for as well for the end of the year. Let's jump down. So that's pulling down all the prices in the PulseChain, right? So all the prices are getting pulled down. We've got Pandex at the moment is up. That just launched from Wendy's for Tendies, right? So that just is part of the Sparta group. And that's up 32%, but down 35% in the last 6 hours, 14% in the last hour. That is Pandex there versus Hex. We've got the Dump Tires Gold Company. Is it Gold Company? That's up 5%. We've got Time Dividend, interestingly enough, moving counter move. You'd think this would be going down too, but that's up 2%. Maybe a little flight to quality there. And then we've got UFO up 1%, Phoenix up 0.4%, and then Dominance from OG WebShev up almost 0.4% as well. So only 6 coins on the trending default trending view for PulseChain on Dex Screener. Actually in the green, everything else is in the red, out of the money, dragged down by the old PulseChain, there, getting dragged down by a whale. So yeah, no one is left unturned. So who's getting hit the hardest? Well, we got Sparta's down 53%. OMG, what the fudge? Veteran Crypto's there. It's going, what happened to Sparta? 50% drop. Well, it's got to be some big player, right? It has to be something like that. That is dramatic. Wow. Maybe they're rotating. Maybe they're rotating into the other one there a little bit, but that's already down 35% in the last 6 hours on the old Hex. Liquidity 50k. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. That is down a lot. What else there? We got Vet says true DeFi 2x your pulse by EMIT, constant buy pressure on EMIT moving forward, says Vets. Oh, look at that. That's a pretty good insight there. It's been public. We are looking at EMIT, that we're coming up to look at that later on. Is it all still the same money moving around? Probably, Vets. Probably, yeah. Same money. Money. But some people gaining on their moves and other people losing on the moves, right? So Bet says everyone chasing the new thing. Good thing TRU2X does not have a token. That's true. TRU2X does not have a token. That is right. All right, so Sparta at the moment down dramatically. So big loser there. Market cap down to 1.1 million. So it's basically down dramatically there. What else we got? Pulse. Just having a look. Go to the Sparta Hex pair. And look at that. Whoa, some big volume coming in there. Someone exiting there. Look at that. Whoa, the volumes jumped from it was like doing a couple $1,000 maybe and then it's just jumped in the last 2 days, jumped to 97K on the launch. It'll be on the launch of the other project, and then the Panda X, and then 183,000 sell out today. Whoa. Let's have a look at the wallets. Who is doing that? Let's see if we can find something. So we got some culprits here. We got, well, I guess the 7K here. That's DB. You have to go and see where they're all going to, right? If you can trace that. But lots of selling in there. Lots of that. Look at that. Bam, bam, smash. That's dramatic. So it's got, this last sell a day ago was at 1.9 cents, and now it's less than a penny now. Look, it's down at 87 hundredths of a penny. So Sparta was supposed to defend us with the treasury. I'm just kidding, but that is it. Is Sparta a hedge on Hex, supposedly? Oh, doesn't look like it today. Yeah. It hasn't got hardly any Hex in the treasury. If we go to the treasury, presumably it's up to date. Remember that, presumably. We're up to stats. I guess we have stats here. What do we got? USD in the treasury is 87,000, but Hex in the treasury is only $1,700. So it's got virtually, it's no different than virtually anything else. So I'm not sure what these other tokens are. So I'm not sure whether they're all just the treasury's just got all Sparta in it. Is that all Sparta? I don't know. I don't follow it close enough. Bets in Crypto says big whales all wrapped up in the distribution of Sparta. And where did the Hex go? Indeed. Good questions. If you're in Sparta, let us know. Is it an exit play? Well, probably there, Vets, probably. So that is Sparta right now, day 261 of Sparta. Took it away there. The vision, we won't go into all the vision, but you can check it out on the website there. But down dramatically today. And let's have a look at the overall on the weekly. Ouchie. Still got 291K of liquidity in this pair at the moment. So still got liquidity, still market, still 1.1, but man, that's pretty harsh. Vet says, please educate us, Peps. Thanks, Superman, says Vets, yeah. All right, so what else we got? Let's move around. SolidX is down 40%. Now, SolidX, this is complete shutdown now. So there was a message on Telegram around the trader bot. Now, you'd think the trader bot would just run itself. Obviously, it does probably need some support, but looks like this firewall shutting down everything. So SolidX is down 40%. It is down to 28 cents here at now. The market 5.8 million. So obviously, I don't think X Games going at the moment. I think I haven't been on the site, but I don't think last time I saw there was anyone really trading on there. The trader bot, which was fantastic, multi-chain kind of Telegram thing, wasn't it? At least PulseChain, limit orders, super fast, all that. That is being shut down in 10 days, and the referral stuff has not been paid out. That's probably the dodgy part, because it was supposed to be separate and paid out at some stage. That was not paid out, so that is not good. Normally I try to be open-minded about that. It's not good. Obviously, there's a lot of controversy around the token allocations and all that sort of stuff. But when you're not paying out referrals, which you could keep, isolated, then that's not a good thing. So unfortunately, it is what it is, and we could say a lot of stuff about that. But anything I say is probably what you guys are going to say. So we'll leave it there. Pandex at the moment, it had another peer there as well. I won't go through that. P Tiger down 30% right now, and as far as I know, he's still doing his thing, still trying to do his thing. But people are going to sell on this on the fear. We've got a bit of a fear coming in as well, overlaid with these big moves that people are trying to rejig. We've got SCADA there down 18% from Nectar Supply. X Game, of course, down 17%. That is now capitulated from the 1/10 of a penny. Is now at 8200th of a penny, is it? 82,000 of a penny, I think, something like that. So that's down at the moment. Everything's down pretty hardy. What did we say PulseChain was down? 6.5%, was it? Let's go to GoPulse again. Let's quickly see. GoPulse. It's down 10%. Yeah, so we're at 1340. We're down almost 10%. So everything everything below 10% there, for the most part, because some of them don't have pulse pairs, or a few of them don't. So everything down. So basically, almost half the coins are down more than Pulse is down. So about half of the coins are down more than Pulse is down. Includes some heavyweights like Peacock, Hex. What else there? Unity's tied to Pulse X, but put the Pulse down 13.5%. And then we've got some shenanigans going on with the old Sparta and the old Solid X closing down. So yeah, you know what to do. You know what to do. What was I going to say? All right, there you got. Bet says, now will Solid X come back when the staking opens up? There you go. May not be as a revenue. It may not be for all those that did support and promote TraderBot. Damn, yeah. Well, the whole thing looks like it's cascading. Bets they're closing down the TraderBot. TraderBot would be the one thing you'd think they'd be able to keep going, right? And that would be revenue for the staking. So it doesn't look so hot. All I know is I got a message this morning in the TraderBot saying they were shutting down in 10 days and to withdraw your money out of the wallets in the TraderBot. That was the message. If anyone else has got those, you can confirm. The big thing was that referral fees, which were part of that system, were supposed to be paid out, but they have not been paid out. And I see no mention of that in the protocol. And you would argue that if you're going to do referrals, that you would put that referral money into a separate wallet that would be ring fenced from any other thing you had going on. So it's not looking good. And I've tried to keep an open mind about that. But there we go. All right, so we shall see. I guess the drama will continue to unfold on there. So that is that on the markets. So yeah, it's if you got fresh capital, it's a good time. If you're looking at portfolio value, and not so much at the moment. But on the PulseChain chart, we did show that it's getting almost down to the bottom of the RSI. So hopefully the whales eventually will run out of money selling, and once we get to the new year and maybe particularly the 10th of January. We can start to recover on the charts, if not before. We'll see. All right, so that is the PulseChain. Let's get into the some of the good news. So the good news there is that TRU2X is launched at a very difficult time, but not so difficult, right? Because if you think about it, what does TRU2X take in? It takes in Pulse. What's cheap right now? Pulse. What's at all-time low right now? Pulse. So it's been pretty good in terms of new capital coming into TRU2X. It's also been, I guess, relatively good for those that have got Pulse and seeing it going down in US dollar, trying to double X their Pulse. So, that's one way of doing it. Yeah, that is being taken off. Now we've got the results today, thanks to Neil Viticius, one of the leaders of the TRU2X team, well-respected community member in PulseChain. And so we've got the total Pulse deposits at 172 billion. It just keeps going up. Yesterday it was 152, and now it's 172. So it's going up pretty well. Now, as always, do your own financial, due diligence. Nothing's financial advice, right? I cover the markets every day on PulseChain, is what it is. And people have to make decisions about the merits of each project. But at the moment, TRU2X there is doing extremely well. So the idea is that Pulse goes in. You're going to get you event into an auction. You get some shares, and I think you start your miner, and you go for a 2x in your Pulse to get a 2x in your Pulse. Now, some of the mechanisms they have for that is that they have the retail miners. That's everybody that decides to go in. They have the system miners, and then they have the partner miners. That's kind of the idea there. People can go in on the partner miners there, and they all have different yields expectations. So I think the system miner was 1-to-1. I think the partner miners are like 1.4 or something like that, 1.5, somewhere in that ballpark. You can go, get the right details. That's a kind of indicative. And then the retail miners are the 2x and Pulse. That's kind of the idea. So they've got 172 billion Pulse in so far, which is amazing. I think we can all agree that's absolutely amazing. Total volume deposited $2.42 million. So absolutely outstanding, especially in the current climate. There's pros and cons, right? The price is down, but it's easy to get Pulse, so it's the upside, and probably very good for this protocol in that sense, because it's probably to some degree agnostic about that, right? But on the other hand, it does have the partner miners, and it does have the investment. So it takes 14% of all the Pulse that's coming in, and it's getting a lot of Pulse, which makes it even more more successful. If you had a little bit of pulse in there, make it quite a weak project, you get a decent amount of pulse. Well, you're pretty much a heavyweight sort of investor, aren't you? So you get 14%, and they've got to go and look for protocols to put that in to get yields. Now, one of the low-hanging fruit, of course, is EMIT farms. EMIT farms, of course, we're at around 7 farms operating, give or take one or maybe. But EMIT Farms has been leading the pack as a sustainable farm on PulseChain. Obviously, price moves around depending on lots of variables, but essentially has been doing pretty well. And so with that 14%, part of that has been going into the EMIT farm. And so I'm going to pull up the EMIT farm actually while I'm here. So EMIT farm. Just go show you know what I'm talking about. So this is the EMIT farm. Kairos is the developer for EMIT farm. And it's been doing very, very well over a long period of time. And so you can see at the moment its market cap is now $263,000. So still relatively low, but still a solid result there. The token price at the moment is being absolutely pumped up. So as TRU2X is taking some of that pulse, they're buying into this project essentially and staking it in the protocol. So they've been buying up EMIT, and now obviously the market's tried to go with that as well. Maybe a little bit of front running potentially as well in the first couple of days, and then it really started taking off there. And the price today has got up to $1.45, and it's currently $1.37. Market cap is at still pretty modest, 261K, liquidity 34K. Etc. So still ticking away there. It's managed to absorb sell pressure at this stage as well. And if we, I'm not going to go into deep analytics, but you can go through all that yourself on the chart there. Analyze it as you would. But that's kind of play. And looking at the pulse ratio, it is now 100,000 pulse per EMIT. Isn't that crazy? That's awesome. So it used to be before the move, it was 18,000. It's now 100,000 there pulse to EMITs. So that's pretty dramatic on that ratio change as well. So this is kind of the first move. Now they'll be going into other top tier projects as well. I think Vouch has been one that they've been picking up as well. And so that's pretty cool. So Vouch there now, they've been picking it up. So we've got Work for Crypto in the house here. We buy EMIT every day, not financial advice, but if you want to front run, please do. So take note, if you want to front one, please do. Now, obviously, there is with EMIT, they have taxes, right? So they have a taxes. They have a 5% buy and sell tax. 4%, I think, goes into the reward yields for the farm. And so it looks like TRU2X has been buying up EMIT, and they're going to buy up other I guess, top tier protocols that are earning yields, where you can earn a yield. And they've been, as I understand it, I think going into the stake EMIT here. So remember, volume makes a revenue. They make that tax off the revenue, and that goes in for yields. And the yield here is very clever because it's earning EDI. So you're not earning more EMIT, you're earning EDI, and so you don't have that sort of sell pressure of anything. People might compound on that. So the yield at the moment is 130%. The TVL has skyrocketed all the way up to $168,000 because remember, price of EMIT goes up, the TVL is going to go up, right? So it's kind of the idea. They take their EMIT and that they're buying off the market, and they put it into here and they earn yield, right? So pretty awesome. It says EMIT, solid stake and receive DAI. This is EDI, by the way. The more volume increases the APY. That's right. So pretty huge. So you can all see it sort of helps itself along, perpetuates, and that's kind of where they are. So they're buying up the token at the moment. So EMIT there doing pretty amazing on the back of that, even while PulseChain's going down. So it is up 9% today. All right, so you can see the volume coming in, tick, tick, tickety, tick, ticking away there. So that's some of the awesome stuff there. EMIT farm itself is a great farm, and it's now getting big. I mean, TRU2X is kind of becoming the PulseChain's institutional investor from an internal one, right? An internal institutional investor. It's kind of the way you can look at it. And so, yeah. All the other yields are going up, of course. EMIT Pulse is going up 139%. EMIT DAI is going up 137%. So, all the yields there pretty super attractive. EMIT Inc. is 106%. Wrap Bitcoin there from Ethereum is up 173% on the yield. So it just keeps going. And you can see on EMIT, they have a lot of the popular projects like Vouch. Vouch up there at the moment, number one valid on PulseChain. So doing pretty well. Vouch EMIT right now is 163%. And of course, VPulse EMIT is 75%. Now you get VPulse, right? When you put your pulse in Vouch, you get VPulse back, right? So that's in there as well. And then I've also got a Vouch Pulse pair, funny enough, which is at 18%. So lots of cool stuff. Ink printer, the liquidy fork, so you can kind of see they got a lot of heavyweights. Pulse Bitcoin there from Pulse Bitcoin there, doing pretty well from Fat Sammy. Not Fat, he didn't launch it, but Fat Sammy. Pump Tires. I mean, they got everything in here. Crypto Paradise, top tier team, right? PulseChain store, everyone knows. Giveaway t-shirts. Rhinify, amazing team, love the team. Function Island with Danny T. I mean, doing a great job, innovating there too. Actuator, Hocus Pocus, of course, with the old yield farming APR analytical tool. The Greys, PTC the Greys, one of the top teams on PulseChain in terms of size and engagement. Vic Foundation, still got the Solid X there ticking away. And we've got Vox as well, another competing farm. And Impulse, and of course Nexian, another farm / innovative DeFi hub. So with the leverage tools. So everything near PulseChain as well. PulseChain sneaking up on the market as a emergent, not quite emergent, is it? But it's rising through the ranks there on the DeFi offering. So PulseChain there as well. So lots of cool stuff happening on the old EMIT farm. All right, so that is kind of cool, and we're seeing that sort of first internal institution from TRU2X there pushing up. It's kind of exciting to see. Imagine when PulseChain starts going back up, and it's like, yeah, okay, good game on. All right, so that's kind of cool. That's where we are with the old EMITs and TRU2X there moving. So what do we got there? Average daily volume in Pulse, about 20 billion. What's that? Which is about 300K a day. And of course, this is results for, I think it's day 9, is it? Yeah, day 9. Pretty sure it's day 9. And so, yeah, day 1, they got the recovery yields, I guess, for the miner. And they've also got they've changed the percentage here, the way they set this up, but they've got the different recovery days rates here. Day 7. Highest API was 6,000% on day 2. Was it first 1XR system miners have left the system? How about that? So this is interesting. The first 1XR miners. So this, I said the system miners get a 1X, and they've already left. The first ones have left the system. That's interesting. That's really cool. SRE ownership of EMIT single side staking pools 15%. Fantastic. So they're also now, with that buying on EMIT, they're also now the number 1 staker on EMIT farms. So pretty cool. All right, so that's going pretty well from them, and so a big shout out to the team there. All right, so I'm going to repost that later on with the other post. I'm doing 2 reposts for True DeFi based on the monster thread out there. So they're doing a great job. All right, so there is lots of cool things happening if you can find them. And EMIT there, TRU2X and EMIT there leading the way. So pretty cool. Now I do understand also Gelato is getting a lot of love within the system as well, and there are many other partner teams getting involved. I saw 10. I think I saw 10 on yesterday. In fact, let's go to Neil for T-shares because he had another post here from yesterday. Let's see, where's that gone? Another post. Got an EMIT DAO decision about EMIT Dark Pool, actually. What else? Let's scroll down here. I wanted to show you that. This one here. So I'm not sure the status of each of these projects, but they got Note Token from Randy Alasky. Obviously, he's a big KOL in the PulseChain community and got the biggest community network. What do you call it? Club. You know how we have the strategy club for the Crypto Night show. Well, he's got the no permissions, and it's I'm pretty sure it's way the biggest group out the investment group. So the strategy club's an intelligence group, but there's like an investment group. So it's that sort of next step up. And then they've got Midgard there, the Block Explorer. They've got RSI project. They've got Vouch in there, the number 1 validator. They've got, who else is in there? They've got, what's that one there? Oh, Hero. So it's around Vietnam, vets in the United States. So it's a pretty cool project from, I think, Vets and Crypto is doing that one. So it's kind of fun to have Vets and Crypto in the chat there. Gelato, obviously, in there. What else? They've got Chimp Club, is it? Chimp Club, yeah. Then they got Diddy Bear, is it? I think it's Diddy Bear, yeah. And then they got PTC the Greys and also Vox. So some pretty big names in the PulseChain community, all there. And as I understand it, many teams are knocking on the door there, and for good reason. There's a lot of referral programs there too, playing out as well. So exciting times. All right, so that's kind of some of the cool stuff there for TRU2X. We'll check out them again in the monster thread. We're about to talk about that next. Now, we didn't really have any news around the Coin Mafia. We're expecting that to launch. Obviously, also Tetra was expected to launch for New Year's. We haven't seen any updates on that so far, I don't believe. I'm going to have a quick look at the Tetra. So we'll just give me a second to check that out. We're doing it live. But Tetra there, I don't see any updates there. The last update, I think there was... Last update was 25th, but there was nothing to mention the Tetra launch. So we'll Tetra launch there. Just want to say that. Launch is planned for the holiday period between Christmas and New Year. That was on the 13th of December. So, that's 17 days ago now. Details are pinned. So no update since that point. But we're going to have to just basically, if it doesn't get a surprise launch before then, we will probably have an early January launch. Is probably where that's going. So that is Tetra. And then after Tetra, we're expecting Signum, probably pretty quick, hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's say within 2 weeks of that. That'll be pretty neat. And then Game On for PS Diago. That's kind of the launch there. And Coin Mafia, don't think that's launching before the end of the year. Based on that, I don't think so. We'll have a check out there, but Rick and Michelle's pretty active inside the Coin Mafia group. So if you want to catch up with them there, you can. And you can probably join their Telegram and join their X account for Coin Mafia if you want to keep up with the latest updates there. All right, so that's kind of the play. They're going to be doing their whitelist first, and then, which is about 100 people, 100 million tokens, and then they're going to be doing their, presumably launching Coin Mafia when they're ready. All right. What else? We got through all the comments. Let's have a look here. Let's see if we got anyone's comments here. We got NJ says, shield your eyes. My God, man. Yeah. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, but NJ, but let me know. Thanks for replying the PSA on the trader bot. Yeah. I saw that today. Yeah. I might do something around about that, but I'll do it in the back streets, in the ghettos. Brendan says, do we have volume increase today? Well, we do have volume. Oh, you talked about the volume. Yeah, let me quickly check that. Actually, I didn't mention that, did I? I just normally I cover that. 7.7 million. 7.7 million. So, yeah, yesterday we were doing about 4.6, I think. So, not quite double, but let's say up 75% something. EMIT Farm, yeah, doing well. Big shout out to Chorus there. And what else there? Great week for EMIT, says Fat Sammy. Big shout out there, Fat Sammy. Well, Fat Sammy, you're in there. You're in True DeFi. Presumably you're proactive with your team in there for Pulse Bitcoin. Let us know in the chat there what activities you've been doing in the TRU2X. TRU2X pretty much becoming... So 40% of that Pulse, as I mentioned, is going to be invested and it gets yield. And also there's a system miners, and apparently the first ones have matured. So pretty interesting stuff there. We're pretty keen to see the whole thing play out. So the idea over time is that system miners take over the system kind of thing, keeps the yield up, kind of the idea. But we got, I think there's another comment on that actually. Let me just see if I can find that while we're here. All right, so let's see where that goes. It's not, the comment's not worth talking about. But EMIT there, great week for EMIT for sure, 100%. EMIT farming. If you want high yield APRs, EMIT farm, guys, EMIT farm. Now, obviously, you invest, do diligence and do your diversification processes and all the rest of it. There's a crypto says EMIT solid stake and receive DAI. Yeah, the DAI is beautiful, right? People have been sitting there earning that DAI for a long time now. Single side, of course, they're probably pretty happy to accumulate the old Pulse on the cheap side too with the eDAI, if not buying EMIT as well. Single side stake. Reposted this stream. Thanks for that, Serge. Appreciate that. And Vets and Crypto Hero, dedicated to all military veterans and first responders from around the world. Very cool. We'll have to do a bit more coverage on the old hero there. All right, remember what Richard said, Vets, 0 to hero, and that was from the community. So it was a lot of fun. All right, so let's get into the monster thread, guys. The hottest weekly news on PulseChain is the weekly monster thread, and number 34 weeks of activity by the PulseChain community. So let's check it out. And this is our last topic of the day, and we're going to spend some good time going through this. So enjoy. Now, if you are busy during the week, this is perfect for you. If you just love PulseChain, it's perfect for you. If you want to onboard people into PulseChain so they get an idea of who's doing what and what's happening, this is perfect for onboarding and growing the community, right? Richard Hart talks about promotion and marketing. That's the thing to do. Now, it is a professional publication, but it's out every single week like clockwork. Boom, dum, 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 dum. Number 34 there. MVS Crypto is the editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread and also the promotional lead of the Crypto Night show. And he does a great job. And so big shout out to him. If you haven't followed him, give him a follow on X at MVS Crypto. And let's get into it without further ado. So Richard's, obviously, we had the Christmas edition last week, but we also had a lot of Christmas Day itself and a lot of activity over the last week as well. So Richard released a video on Christmas that was fantastic. He dropped a special Christmas video inspiring the community and reaffirming his mission for glory. So that was really nice. If anyone wondered about that, he definitely put that in there. There's lots of messaging. You can go check out the video for Richard. So let's quickly have a look. That's the video there. And so that was kind of cool. 214,000 views on that so far, and pretty smiley. He looks in pretty good health, doesn't he, as well? And I think he was in pretty good cheer there. But also, ironically enough, saying, you are the sell pressure. He's talking to the community. Now, obviously, it's not the whole community. It's just a few key players from now and then, and we see that at the moment with the large whale. But definitely, the diamond hands are still around. There's plenty of diamond hands. We've just got still some large holders there, still selling, willing to sell down at the bottom. So we've got Liberty Swap V2 is loading. This is huge news for PulseChain. So obviously they are integrating V2 contracts to the UI, currently on final stages of completion. So Liberty Swap is continuing to deliver top tier quality infrastructure for PulseChain and for onboarding, and a pretty amazing access new investors, new liquidity. All that stuff is happening with the team. So it's pretty exciting. Now, they were asked yesterday on the 29th when Liberty Swap V2, and they mentioned that they had deployed V2 contracts and they have all been working well. So V2 is operating, and they are now integrating them into their UI, a user interface. Since we support many routes and blockchains, the team is taking a careful and patient approach to connect contracts with the interface. The UI is in the final stage of completion. So that was the update yesterday. So that was pretty cool. I don't know what the update is today because I haven't looked, but let's quickly check to see whether they've had anything else since then. We're going to scroll down here because I haven't really checked. But we had a power outage for the show, so this is the way it goes. We had a storm yesterday, and it probably had a residual issue somewhere along the line. Literally, the power lines. Although a lot of our power lines are underground. That's all I can say. What else there? Let's scroll down here a little bit more. 9 days ago, we buy Peacock. We're about to expand our services. Yep. We have restructured our private swap and refactored the code, so users no longer need to connect their wallet in private mode while still using Railgun routes as usual. This design eliminates metadata leakage and is fully privacy friendly, so that's really good news there. Advanced and extreme privacy tech, easy for beginners. We like that. What do I got there? Ready for takeoff, they said 16 hours ago. And they got the old Peacock here taken off. We're going to scroll through some of this. Let's see here. Finished another change. Now users can see where their funds are and which step they are in during the cross-chain process. That's pretty cool. So I love that. I love these little things showing you the cross-chain. Preparing, verifying, signing, etc. Kind of cool. So that's going well. What else there? We're going to scroll through some of this. So it looks like they're not quite released so far based on this. Technology evolves over time. If PulseChain market bulls return, so they got all this stuff going. So we're going to jump through all that, but that's all coming. Let's see here. This just reaffirms what I said about Solid Trader. So Solid Trader servers will be paused until further notice. Please export your private key or withdraw funds as access is impossible. Shutdown is planned for the end of the week. Now the question is, yes, you must take out your funds out of the Trader wallet they've decided to close it down, maybe because of everything else that's going on. It's just one of these things. I mean, was it 5% of businesses, they say, or something like that, survive, and of course this had some issues with the launch, etc. I mean, you can go and analyze it, but at the end of the day, they were accruing referrals for people that were promoting this, and that they were accrued but not paid out. So that is where the issue is, I think, for me. And I'm sure plenty of other people that were referring it and using the protocol was doing it. It was a great service. It wasn't a problem with the service. So we'll see what happens in that space. But presumably they were ring fencing those capitals. That's where I think the real drama is, let alone all the market fallout, which obviously had a lot of ramifications. But that's a different issue, right? So that's kind of the play. What else? We're just scrolling back here. So yeah. Privacy and flexibility and Liberty Swap. So they had a little breakdown on the 29th as well. It's well worth reading the public mode, private mode, and all the hooks. The hooks with 2.0 are going to be dramatic. The first one we know is going to be Aave. We're expecting them with the new release to tie in Patias for trading, privacy trading. This is mega huge for PulseChain. Can't understate how important what the work that Liberty Swap is doing for the old PulseChain there. So V2 is getting pretty close to launch from the looks of it. All right, so kind of cool. If we go to Liberty Swap itself, I'll quickly check that. I don't want to get too much down the rabbit hole here, but yeah, not quite there yet. Almost, but not quite. Yeah. All right, let's go back and see if we can get back in. So that's Liberty Swap. So congratulations, it's almost there, guys. It's maybe just before, maybe New Year's Eve. Who knows? It's just begun. Crypto Coffee held a stream titled "Are You Getting Nervous? Are You Having Fun?" It's almost over. It's just begun. Very poetic there from Crypto Coffee. Go check it out. Native staking narrative there. Tam and Hexfire dropped the latest Hex T-share insights and discussed the power of native staking on PulseChain. It's great to see some solid Hex content being pushed out. So congratulations to them. Also, Ben Sierra, one of our what I call analytical influencers like CryptoSolve, does Hex reports every month. So that's awesome. Deep dive into November Hex staking stats, net flows, and swaying theory. So you got a couple of really good contents there in the Monster thread about Hex this last week. Community blessings. Now, obviously, it was Christmas week, and PulseChain ladies wish the community a very Merry Christmas featuring, and they all look beautiful, don't they? They all look great. So you got Wildest J, CZ, Crypto Bella, and Havida there, all having a great Christmas time and wishing everyone a Christmas there. So what a wonderful moment. And of course, the ladies of PulseChain, they do an amazing job, don't they, out there representing the community and doing great. Massive first week there. We got Neil Fatisha, of course, celebrates True DeFi. Extraordinary first week, blasting past 156 billion. Now we know they're up to 172 billion Pulse now after day 9, I think it is, in Pulse with well over 5,600 miners now. And of course, working towards the 2x Pulse rewards. That's what people are going in there for, the 2x miners. Double your Pulse. The RSE there, so that is soaring with EMIT. So basically the investment arm there, investing, and of course EMIT Farm up dramatically over 5x at the time. It's even higher now. It's gone up more than that since now. Crypto Alpha Stream. I am Brutes here. So B Roots, obviously one of the large influencers in the PulseChain, went live with Dollar Cost Crypto, another large general crypto influencer, but PulseChain OG as well. Discussed Richard Hart, PulseChain, and how degens play and thrive in the market. So it's cool to see that. Brandon, shout outs. Brandon there, obviously another OG. Lots of OGs in this week. Makes a post highlighting his love of PulseChain, Switch, Internet Money, and Liberty Swap. Obviously key utilities on PulseChain. And aren't we lucky? They're all growing, aren't they? Liberty Swap, Internet Money, Switch, all really contributing a lot to PulseChain. More promo tablets there. RS Griffin, of course, non-profit, out there in California in the little, what's it, the Beehive, is it? Oh, it's a bee world or something. Off the back pocket size promo tablets, spreading PulseChain to the world. That was pretty cool. We'll just quickly click on this. These guys are working hard every week, day and week, to get out more and more of these. Look at that. He's got one in his pocket there, one of the iPads there in the mail packaging. So, what's that? That's pretty cool. So a really cool Christmas snippet there, guys. Probably at the warehouse or something like that. celebrating the function there. You can sort of see him playing with one there. So pretty cool. Lots of cool things happening in the old PulseChain community, isn't there? So that was kind of cool. Griffin there, keep up the great work. Wild SJ is working hard there too. Then we had the Pulse Pump Simulator. So everyone likes to do pumpermental maths. I know Prairie Banana does for PDCs into the pumper calculators. The Minter launched a fun PLS pump simulator in response to Richard's suggestion in his latest video. You can go check that out. So if you want a pump calculator, it's pretty cool. There's a little line there. Look at that. PulseX, Inc. and Hex of the Richard cause. And the price appreciation versus trade. So that's probably even more interesting now than ever, given PulseChain's at an all-time low, because when it recovers, man, up and away, right? That's the play. So pretty cool on that one. You got 17,000 views on that, so very popular. So go check that out for Giga and give him a follow. Giga the Minter. It says Giga the Minter. So there we go. Philippines on Pulse. Now, we've been seeing a lot. It's just creeping up on the community, but we've seen a lot of movement of PulseChain into the Asian communities, which we always said, well, we need more representation over in Asia. We need more people in the community expanding out. And we've been seeing a lot more of that, haven't we? And it's been isolated and showcased in the monster thread. So Philippines on the Pulse. We got Mick B Crypto talks Vouch to the Filipino community and gives a big shout out to the founder, Jexa, of course, the founder of Vouch, the #1 validator protocol on PulseChain. Also got PulseChain expanding in Poland. Can't miss out, I guess, the East Europeans. We've got Poland there. BAM lots shares videos, updates, spreading the word about PulseChain to the Polish community. And this is what we want to see. Everyone around the world can do this wherever you live. You can spread the love out PulseChain. And of course, what an entry price right now for people to get into on PulseChain as well. So only way is up. People say, oh, the charts are down. No, you're buying the bottom. That's the thing. You're buying the bottom, and then you're getting such mad volumes, and you ride it all the way back up. That's the idea, right? So pretty cool. And while you're waiting, you can just sit it in some DeFi and stuff like that, and some yield. I mean, there's lots of opportunities there, like EMIT Farm and Vouch and things like that. All right, so kind of cool. Holiday family walk, and I love this. Gar Crypto is often doing outdoor pursuits with his family, and so he's a real role model, I think, for people to get out and about in the nature. And during Christmas, he took a family walk. Had some great images there. Look at that, pretty cool. Encouragement to all of us to get out there and about. I think he's got some even more images there. So look at that, beautiful. So just out wherever you are, you might find the local nature reserve or something. Go for an adventure. You got some kids, take your kids. You got some kids, take your kids. And if you're not, take some other adults, something like that, or teenagers or something like that, something to make it silly. But that is pretty cool. So big shout out to him and cool stuff. So a lot of people doing some cool stuff in the old monster thread. So kind of cool. We also had Tourist Table and joins One Pulse Show. So there's a smaller influence out there, but they're covering live PulseChain discussions. Free Flow 87 with Larry and Taurus. So it's cool to see this, right? We want more and more people covering PulseChain, and it looks like we've got Taurus here doing that. So small, medium, large influencers, get out there, do your thing, and contribute, which is great. Finally, we got Hex Stake Viewer. Poseidon there, she has a new tool on his website for tracking hex stakes, which is kind of cool. We had quite a bit of hex content in the monster thread this week. I put a hex stake viewer on my website, info.pulsex.one, to fill the void, do a test, and let me know how it goes. So there we go. Got even people expanding this. A big shout out to Poseidon, doing a great job there. Now, there were a couple of honorable mentions. And of course, Prairie Banana there streams live discussion of PDC. He's always, leading that community with great analysis and cheerleading, as we say, and of course the fundamentals. Brizology there breaks down the latest on Richard Hart cause. So if you're wanting, some opinion there, Briz is an OG, well recommended member of the community, and he breaks down his views on Hex and PulseX, which he thinks will perform better, Ink Token, etc. So if you want to get some opinion, there we go. There's one from him. Crypto Spybook, another OG, used to do the Hex tours in Europe and the United States with Abit Hex, I think it was. And they did an amazing job, cheerleading that, and of course presenting over and over and over again on their tours. They also, it looks like Crypto Spybook is part of the Liberty Swap team, anchoring that team most likely in Europe. Updates in PulseX multi-chain UI and PulseX mechanics there. So pretty cool coming from Crypto Spybook. So check him out as well with his ideas. So why we don't make PulseX UI multi-chain, and that's been a call for some time as that would be really powerful. So we'll see what goes there. All right, so kind of cool. We also had Crypto Undercover, I think it is, explains why Hex is underrated right now. So there we go. Hex, a lot of analysts stuff in the Monster thread on Hex. Now, talking about some of the top teams on PulseChain, not only do we have obviously all that news for over the last week, we also got a lot of amazing teams showcased in the Monster thread. We got Heartwood Dog, True DeFi, RhinoFi, and EMIT Farm. So we're going to break down that a little bit there. So Hog at the moment is currently in its interim series. So the first series was Pulse of the Fallen. We had 14 chapters for that. Now we're in the interim series leading up to New Year's, and that is the Chronicles of Hog, Somi, and Andrew Tate. And boy, has it been quite the adventure. I mean, it's fantastic episodes, and they are fighting the evil six. And we know this is actually mirroring the real world because we know there's some pretty evil people trying to ruin it for the rest of us. And so Will Somi, Andrew Tate, and Hog defeat the evil six, and that's in chapter 7. Episode 7. That's coming out this week, guys. So that's going to be dropping. Very, very cool. We can see a little sneak peek there. Looks like Hog is behind a gate somewhere or something. Looks pretty futuristic sort of environment. So yeah, will they defeat the six? That's the big thing. So the grand finale coming up now. Episode 1 to 6 is already out, so you can check that out right now. And I highly recommend you watch it in the lead up to episode 7. Big shout out to the Hog team there, and you can see the graphics are great. And we're so lucky on PulseChain, I say this all the time, to have our own anime series. It's unbelievable. So pretty cool. Hog is also a tradable token on the market, so you can go check that out and support the project there if you'd like to be part of the anime crew. And you can see some of the volume there. Now, in this one, of course, Hillary Clinton is a Titan. She's one of the bad guys, but she's not the worst because this goes up to the 6. I'm going to find out who that all is. The Queen of England is in this as well. Donald Trump is not Donald Trump. He's Donald Pump. So you got to check that out. That's hilarious. So check that out there. Now, TRU2X course is dominating, and we saw day 8 results doing pretty amazing. 156, but now, as we say, 172 a billion, and certainly making a move on the partner charts. We saw EMIT up massive, well over 5x and climbing probably 6x now, pretty close. Obviously, the whole idea around this is you put your pulse in and you're mining to get a 2x return on your pulse volume, right? So pulse price moves around, but you're going for the volume play there. Now, there's big projects, of course, supporting in this as well. Already early adopters, as we say. We've got Note Permission there, EMIT Farm, Gelato, and Vouch, and many others joining the fray there. So it's definitely turning out to be quite the Christmas juggernaut here. So we're looking forward to it. And arguably the first, internal institutional investors. Did I just coin that phrase? I don't know. But you can ask the TRU2X guys. Maybe they've already come out with all that way before. But that is looking pretty exciting. So we're going to be following the journey there. They do have a referral program, so you can participate in that as well. There's a link there if you want to join up through the Monster thread, if you want to set up your first auction and get into the mining for your 2x. A little video there from the team. We've got Neil Vitici is there and Executioner, 2 of the team members there, along with Canadian Grateful there. Then we got the Rhino team. The Rhino team, of course, doing amazing. They run a Pulse Treasury and buy and burn, and that's a reflection token ecosystem. And these guys are just the nicest guys. You got to go into the Telegram. All these teams are great. You're talking about EMIT, all these guys are just the guys you can really get a lot of respect for. And Rhino team out there just ticking away. They're the first combat token on PulseChain, and they got that sweet reserve there. Cycle 7 is now live, so every 28 days they're accumulating more Pulse, and so they're just getting battle tested. And when Pulse goes to the moon, these guys will be ready. So very, very cool. We've seen that the chart actually goes sideways in the defense, so it's been working very well where many other charts have been going down. So kind of cool. Looking good there. I love their videos. Let's watch a little bit of that. Look at that. Pow. I love these guys. This guy's a great marketer, so I love that. And, of course, EMIT has been enjoying the sun this week. EMIT to the moon. 5x plus gains. Pretty amazing there. The rocket has taken off. High APRs looking even more juicier. So EMIT is doing pretty well. So what's to say here? TRU2X just became EMIT's biggest staker in only 3 days. I think that's pretty awesome milestone there. So TRU2X, how many projects are going to become the cornerstone shareholder, let's say, or cornerstone staker? The powerhouse TRU2X RSE yield treasury has been loading up heavy on EMIT. massive confidence by the biggest players. Yeah, this institutional level accumulation happening right now when heavy hitters like TRU2X go all in. You know the real run is just getting started. I love it. I love it. So there is a 5% tax, 4% goes straight to the singles they're staking for EDI rewards. We've talked about that, and many of the other rewards looking absolute juicy there. So it really is the high-performing farm on PulseChain, and just got a mega boost there. So yeah, pretty awesome. See the rocket moving. I love it. It's looking good. High APR. So it's looking good there, guys. Obviously, they've got a lot of cool farms on the PulseChain. Nexian's offering a lot of technology and leverage. EMIT farm there with the high yields. We've got PulseX farm, of course, ticking away there from Richard Art, and of course Vox out there innovating also. Pretty awesome there. Check out, of course, the Kryptonite Show if you haven't already. We've got the Strategy Club, links in the video description or pinned to the top of the profile. You can join up to that, only $35 a month for that, just over $1 a day. So it's pretty good value there, and you get all the latest intel. So pretty exciting stuff there. We even got the World Liberty Fry saying there. That's the monster thread, guys. Number 34. How long did it take us to go through? Oh, it was about 15 minutes or something like that. That wasn't too bad. So what a great show. So big shout out to all the teams and all the people there on the PulseChain community that make it into the monster thread every week. So pretty exciting. So yeah, lots of stuff. So next week it's going to be another monster thread, but this one, check it out, share it around. Really important there. I'm going to post the link to this in the chat there, and you can share it around. So share monster thread number 34, and that is the link there. So kind of cool. All right, we got a lot of comments in the chat there. I'll get to that in a minute. But that is this thread there. So share it around, guys. And if you're watching the live stream, so we'll go to that. If we're watching the live stream, I'll post it underneath there, and share. Here we go. Bam. All right. So that is the monster thread. Share it around, as we say. Oh, what did I thread there? Did I share the right thing? I got the wrong link there, boy. Oh, I have too. How did I get the wrong link, guys? How did I get the wrong link? That was impossible, wasn't it? Maybe I accidentally did it. All right, so let's go to the top there. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. I got the wrong link there, so I'm going to have to do this one more time. I can't delete it, unfortunately. So, right link here. Right link. Monster thread. Bam. That's the right one. Let's get rid of this one here. That was the wrong one. That is the right one. That's the right one there, guys. That's the right one. All right, let's go back up here. Now, where did I go? I got in here. Let's sort of fix this up. It's not always easy. Not always easy. Let's delete. delete. All right, share and monster thread. All right, we'll go bang, bang. All right, there we go. We did it at the end. We got through. All right, very good. That's it. We've got a few people watching the show. Big shout out. All right, I think that's it. All right, let's get back to it. So that is the monster thread out. Big shout out to MVS Crypto, doing a great job there, and all the teams, of course. Who else? We've got some more comments in the chat here. We're up to an hour and 28 minutes. So it's an hour and a half show. Man, a full show today. We've got a great community watching right now. Really do appreciate it, by the way, as you guys know. If you haven't hit the subscribe button on YouTube, take a moment to hit that. We're on 3 YouTube channels, guys. The Kryptonite Show, Superman Crypto, PulseChain X. So hit the subscribe there and leave comments, and share the channel around. If you're on X, of course, don't forget to go up and hit the follow button. I think we're slowly getting there. You guys know I've had to rebuild the channel. My old channel got taken down unfairly by X and social media, and that's not a surprise. They do it all the time, right? But we are rebuilding, and I think we're up to 1,421 followers. So we're going to get there. Now, my old channel was some time ago. It had 6,500 followers, so it probably would have been up to 10 to 12,000 by now. But yeah, we're rebuilding, and you guys make it possible, so I appreciate it. And we're here we're walking the talk, right? So we're here every day, live streaming around PulseChain and crypto and other chains and things like that that are topical. And of course, loving the crypto life. So that's kind of the play. 6 years now, guys. 6 years of coverage, and we just enjoy it. So it's easy to do. If you enjoy it, it's easy to do it, right? It's kind of the play. All right, so let's jump into the chat here. We got some more comments. Brenton says he's our TEA guru in the Discord. I think RH would like the sell pressure before Prevex launch. Yeah, shaking out the weekends. Yeah, a lot of people hold that view. Marcus announced there all-time low after all-time low, says Marcus. Yeah, all-time low, more volume pickup for the buyers. Yeah. We got there, hello Superman and everybody, happy holidays there from Sandy Beach. Enjoy your Christmas holidays. I call it Christmas holidays because that's what it used to be called before secular progressives tried to rip it apart. And we, they're kind of our enemies ideologically, right? So we just leave them there. Sandy Beach in the house there. I'm sad for the PLS all-time low, says Sandy. What else there? Wonder where KDP has been, says Marcus. And we got, I wish everyone Merry Christmas. There we go. I'll just a post thought. Brennan says, looking forward to the new year. Let's hope it's more positive than this one, says Brennan. Well, this one has been, Trump had to deal with a lot of challenges that were left, from terrible leadership before. And purely it was evil leadership, let's be frank about it. And so that's been a lot of volatility doing that this year. But 26, 27 is laid up very, very well. We still have a couple of issues, like I've mentioned earlier, around the Supreme Court and the emergency use of tariffs, potential government shutdowns, the midterms, and of course the interest rate cycle there. Those are kind of key. But economy-wise, monetary policy, crypto policy, that's all lined up for us, guys. It's lined up for a big, big move. And of course, we had the liquidation event in October, so we're set up quite nicely for a rally. And of course, we may get some of those rotation issues there from gold, silver, etc., and other markets, stock market, into Bitcoin and crypto generally. And altcoin season, of course, we're looking forward to there. So that's looking really amazing. What else? What else there? We got some comments in the chat there. Sandy Beach says, I love the newsletter by MVS. I'm tagged in many of them. You are, Sandy Beach. You do a great job out there for the community. Appreciate it. And I was going to say something, Sandy, but I'm going to hold my tongue on that. It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing, but we got DJ in the house there says 5555. Yeah, 555 max hex stakes, 15.2 years. That's the one. We got Heartwood Dog in the house from Heartwood Pulse. Pulse of the Fallen and the Chronicles of Hog. Big shout out there. Good morning, Superman and PulseChain family. You came in just at the right time too. I think we covered that just when you came in. Pretty awesome there. All right, once again, that is the monster thread. Share it around, guys. It's exactly for that. What else we got going on here? All right, so there's just some internal chats there. Very cool. So, yeah, an hour and 32 minutes, guys. Hour and 33 minutes. What a great show. Pulse is there for the picking up. It's a whale wants to sell out his coins right now. So you're getting massive volumes there. So DCA for the win. What else can we say? TRU2X is shining. EMIT's shining. We've got some amazing community activities in the monster thread. We've got obviously some awesome entertainment through EMIT. Through Heartwood Dog. So they're doing amazing stuff with the anime series there, and we're enjoying the time off. So good times all around. We'll look forward to Coin Mafia and many of the other launches expected. Tetra, possibly Vault 369, and Mafia game, all that sort of stuff coming up in the next few weeks. So lots to look forward to. And of course, the big heavyweight about to launch is Liberty Swap of V2. So already rolled out the contracts and just doing the final connections. That looks a very good chance we might have that before New Year's Eve. So fingers crossed. All right, take care, everybody. Catch you on tomorrow's show, and bye for now.